Family, Jay-Z has sat down with GQ to do an interview before his upcoming stadium shows at Yankee Stadium. In this interview, he's speaking about Drake and Kendrick's beef. He's speaking about, where he's at currently in life, how he feels about things, family. Let's just lock in. Jay-Z sitting down with GQ. I am intrigued to know what he is talking about. I have not seen this interview, so let's lock in and let's tap in, family, okay?
It's been a long time since you sat down for one of these.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What have you been up to?
Wow.
My brother Thony.
A lot. Most people go through their things, very privately.
So hold on. So this says in January, actually, Jay-Z sat down with GQ's Fraser Tharp in Los Angeles for 2 candid conversations. His first in-depth interview in years. So this was not even this month. This is something he did in January. Now, do we think this is a finesse? Do we really think it was in January, or do we think it just happened? Probably happened in January. Who knows? Anyway.
Took it on tour.
Live every night. It was.
Nigga, what the fuck was this? Now, I can't do this the whole interview. What the hell is this mask that my boy is fumbling and bumbling with right here? Okay, he on some African tribe shit here. Okay, I see you.
Every night. It was so healing. I'm fucking Jay-Z. Respectfully.
Or
like, for what? To what end?
Can I move?
how would you rate your 2025? Like, looking back on the last year.
It was hard, really hard. I was like heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah, I'm glad we got right to that, so we could just get that out the way.
Okay.
Like, I was really heartbroken by like everything that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
With all like, we in the space now where it's just like, almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So
Wait, he's speaking about a battle?
everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that whole Busby,
This civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
that shit took a lot out of me. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Like, you don't put that on someone. Like, that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like, you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person. Especially a person like me. Like, even when we were doing the worst things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line, no women, no kids. You hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. Morals, integrity.
Code.
Those things I took, cause we.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, family. I feel the nigga spin coming. I feel it. I can feel it. He talking about the streets, moral codes he took from the streets, family. Let me tell you something about this nigga Jay-Z, okay? When he's speaking out, it's because maybe the waters are very choppy at the time, and it's time for him to calm niggas down. We've seen Jay-Z calm niggas down a few times. What do you mean, Jay? Well, I'm glad you asked, okay? We do remember when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling and he had the coach behind him. Who did they call to calm the niggas down? Jay-Z, family, okay? It was Jay-Z. It was Jay-Z. They called Jay-Z to calm all the niggas down, all right? Now, what else? We had the New Jersey Nets become the Brooklyn Nets, which means they had to move some people out of homes they've lived in for generations. Who did they make the face of that movement? Jay-Z, ladies and gentlemen. Jay-Z. Again. Okay? Jay-Z was brought in to do what? Calm niggas down. Never, we ain't worried about him only owning like 0.0001 point whatever percent. That ain't even. We need him to be the face of this, so we don't get the backlash. Let the culture figure it out, right? we can go through a few more instances where Jay has been the one to come in and almost bamboozle us. Let's be real. Almost bamboozle us. But I guess it's Jay, right? Okay. Let's keep it going.
Lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like, it meant a lot to me. I took that really hard. And I knew that we was gonna walk through that. We was gonna walk through that.
Now, I'm gonna be pausing a little bit. I'm sorry. Now, he's starting this by saying Tony Bugsby was playing with his name when it came to illicit actions with women, right? He's saying this is something you don't play with at all. We didn't play with that in the streets where I came from. We didn't play with that morally, but he had no problem with putting an artist on the biggest platform in the world to then say that another man was all these bad things that you were highly upset about. But you were willing to put another man on the main stage and allow him to do that to another man. Okay.
Because, first of all, it's not true. And the truth is, at the end of the day, it still reigns supreme.
When you're feeling these feelings, how do you then bounce back and get back to being Jay-Z?
I don't know. This is the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Actually, it was just like, all right, man, we played enough defense. 2026 is all offense.
Oh, that's the intro? Okay.
When we first dropped Reasonable Doubt, we sold 34,000 records. We were in at MTV, give us a performance in the last slot.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? You don't even have a video that we played. They ain't say these words, but you know what I'm saying. The energy was like, you're new.
Yeah.
You haven't proven yourself. But in our mind, the fact that we released
Jay got the grill in. Y'all see the grill at the bottom? Okay, the open faces. I see you.
an album was proof enough of concept. We did it. That was hard then. We're not in control of distribution, marketing, anything. We're going like a street level, street team approach to this. And so when we put the album out, that was the win.
Yeah.
And we had some success. And remember, on the streets, we were platinum. Anywhere you was going to go, you was going to hear Reasonable Doubt.
Did you feel
This nigga telling us stories we done heard for 30 years.
that way at the time, though?
No, at the time, I wanted a deal.
Were you
That's why I went to
dejected
every single
almost?
label. Huh?
Did you feel like dejected or?
I wasn't. Yes, I was rejected, not dejected.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? Like every door was, but I always believed in myself.
Yeah.
It wasn't a moment that I thought I'm not good enough for this industry. At every rejection, I thought, why do they have this guy in place? He doesn't know what's going on.
Like they're slacking.
They're
not seeing the vision. When you look back at that time, are there things that you're glad that you didn't know?
Yeah, of course. It's almost like if you're in the room and you go through this room and you get to the end and you open the door and you're like, wow. And then you turn back and he turned the lights off and it was like pits and snakes. Your naive nature just naturally navigated you through the dark. And that's made up for the things that we didn't know. And it helps because you can learn something so much that you just tap out. I think that happens a lot in the music business. Like people get in the music business for the right reasons and they're very passionate about it, but then it becomes Monday.
It reminds me of an old Kanye quote of something he said about you. When he said, with Jay, you always see the win. What do you think he meant by that?
I think that showed the entire picture from You Must Love Me to Regrets to, Soon You Understand. But the wins are so big that I can see where that can dominate a person's memory. You forget the losses.
Yeah. Or the perception.
Yeah, or that becomes the perception that it's
Right.
only wins. And then I do say I will not lose. So
Well, I
I
was
could
gonna
add to the perception as well.
I was going to say you also are really good at kind of like, you have a discipline of almost like shrugging off any kind of perception of a loss. Like,
Yeah.
what's the next go 0 for 82? I'll look at you like it's gravy, like,
Yeah, because it's all wins. If I had 0.1 of the nets, I won.
Or
Oh shit, we were just talking about that.
It's like I had ownership in a basketball team in Brooklyn.
is that something you continue to apply? Like,
Yeah.
when, God forbid, something goes wrong,
Yeah.
don't freak out. We can.
It's not even God forbid when something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. Everything in life happens for your greatest good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I had to not get a deal in order to become who I am today. It didn't feel like the greatest blessing of all. It was the greatest blessing that I didn't get a deal, right? So again, everything in your life, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
When you
Don't skip over that.
Yeah.
It's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
So
You just got to know the distinction. Everything is just how you relate to it. There's no good or bad. Shit happens. It's life.
When did you reach that accept?
That is a hell of a thought. There's no good or bad. It's just shit happens. I would disagree with that. I would definitely disagree with that. He literally, he just kind of explained. Him not getting signed to the deals he wanted was the greatest thing that could have happened, right? That was a good thing in his life. And let's just be honest. Yo, Jay-Z is literally one of the most successful rappers of all time. What's the difference? I'm going to tell you what's life. This is what's life. You got a guy right now who has rapped as long as Jay-Z, as good as Jay-Z, maybe even better than Jay-Z, and never was found. Never was found. That's life. You becoming literally considered maybe the greatest of all time, even though I would never say that, but one of the greatest of all times, that was a good thing. I don't know. When he says there's no such thing as good, bad, it's just life, I don't per se agree with that. I just can't agree with that. I don't know about that. I do agree life is gonna life. Shit happens. But it's been great things that happen in my life. It's been bad things that happen in my life. Some of the bad things I've brought on. But anyway, let's keep going.
Acceptance of that concept, though.
I read a lot of books earlier, Seed of the Soul, Celestine Prophecies, and all these different books, and I was picking up all these gems and jewels on the way. But I was also 26 when I came in, and I lived a lot of life in those 26 years.
Yo, is this a man or a damn woman? What is happening right here? Yo, I know. Jay, why you say that? I know. Nigga, what am I looking at, man? What am I looking at right here, gang? I don't know, gang. I'm sorry. Whatever. I'm sorry. Okay.
Marcy to Trenton, New Jersey, to Cambridge, Maryland, to Newport News, Virginia. I met all sorts of people, been in all sorts of situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out without a scratch. Never been to jail.
3 shots never touched me.
3 shots never touched me. I came out unscathed. It was very rare. And I was always curious after that. Once you reach that part, like I've had the living, and now I'm like, man, why did that happen? I'm always questioning, like, why did that happen? Why did it happen that way?
Okay.
I want to ask you just a little bit about a written testimony specifically, just because that was the most recent release. I think it came out like right before the pandemic started. So
Yeah,
you guys
like
didn't
the
talk
day.
about that much. The day.
Yeah, my favorite verse is off that just jumbled track. I love that track. It's so noisy and just so unorthodox. Flux capacitor.
You know what's funny about that?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if you remember this. You and I were emailing about that because I wrote about that album, and I said this verse is crazy even if it's off beat.
Jay-Z do not remember that email. He don't remember, gang. He looking like, yo, you think I remember an email about a goddamn song? Like, nigga, that you sent me, nigga? What? That was off of the, but he's speaking about a song, Flux Capacitor, is off of the Jay-Z, what's my dog name? From New Orleans. He made Exhibit C. That's off of their collab album, which truthfully, there's like 3 or 4 songs on that album that I still love. I love the intro. Ghost of Soulja Slim, amazing. Okay?
Yeah.
And you said that being off beat was the point, champ, and I was like, well, what can I say to that?
Yeah. Sometimes you need to sit in the pocket. 'Cause my pocket is always, it's like with a foot over the over the thing anyway. It's always hanging to the last moment. And it's like, because sometimes I try to fit a lot of words into like a small space. Then that last word just like get in the door.
Sticking with a written testimony, you have a couple of verses on there that I really like because they kind of speak to what's going on with you in a broader sense in the culture, like on Universal Soldier, I think it is, when you said that you don't keep the same energy for the DuPonts and the Carnegies.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this allure for the struggling artist. That's a mind game, what we would call back in the day for tricknology. It was like, no, I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take no one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in like a capitalist structure. That structure exists.
Not taking advantage of people.
It was clearly lying.
Bro, I don't know. He's used his blackness against his family. Let's keep it 100. He has. He's used his blackness against us. Yo, do we remember when, let me show y'all something, man, because y'all might just think I'm just talking shit. Yo, let me tell y'all what this nigga do, man. Like, he was the same guy who essentially was telling us that, he's been treated unfairly in the streaming space. Mind you, for the amount of time he had been streaming or having a streaming platform, he was universes ahead of others, right? But essentially he gave us this freestyle, tried to make it seem as if, being a black man, they won't let me get what, the white, like he started giving us that. We all get title. He runs those numbers up from us. Then he sells the shit. Sells it. Gets right from up under it. Use us to get us in the door. What if you still got title? Jay ain't there no more. He ain't there no more. He's done it multiple times, family, but
and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic. People speak about the world how they want to see it. You're never gonna win like that.
You said something just now, though, about you pushing independence, right? Kind of like in the spirit of Prince. When you embody that, do you feel like you are kind of setting a mold or leading a charge for like what the successful black man is allowed to do, and like breaking these spaces, breaking these confines?
Yeah, I even want you to take that out of your vocabulary.
Take what?
Allowed. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to do anything. In order for someone to allow you, they have to have authority over you. Mm-hmm. No one has authority over us. We exist like everyone else here. No one can allow us to do anything. But that word comes from a real space. And I want to eliminate all those type of words for us. Yeah. Yes, so
that was deep. He's saying when he say they allowed us to do this, I get it. Let's just say that.
But that word comes from a real space. And I want to eliminate all those type of words for us. Yeah. Yes, so the answer to that is yes.
When you're on a mission to eliminate words like allow, like you said, do you feel like that makes you a target sometimes from?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. What's the Nipsey thing? Pray for me, y'all. One day I'm gonna have to pay for these thoughts. Real niggas is extinct. It ain't safe for me, my dog. These are real fucking lyrics.
You've come back to that a lot in the last few years. Like the more I reveal me, the more they will kill me. Stuff like that. When you say they, like who is that?
Whatever
Yeah.
the threat to, however the system is set up to keep things at status quo and keep us in a position of using words like allow. So anyone that's culpable in creating the system that we operate under, that's they.
Yeah.
That's they. And it actually goes beyond color.
Yeah.
Because I've encountered that a lot. I've encountered that a lot where it was just like, okay, this successful black man make it, let me go to him
Yeah.
and for help. And they're like, we don't fuck with no rap shit.
Oh wow.
Not like out like that, but
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's the
saying?
energy.
Like the
Yeah.
energy. It's like you see the energy,
Yeah.
you know?
I was thinking about how you described last year as being angry and for the first time in a while. And
Yeah.
I wondered what it felt like to be pulled back into that feeling and how you pulled yourself out or how you leaned on the people around you.
Yeah.
I've been saying to pull you
Yeah, I
out.
needed the people around me more than ever. Because usually when I have that feeling, I would just make music and just be therapeutic. I'll be able to, I'll blow it out.
Yeah.
And I would be like, you know, I'll move on. I had to sit in that
Yeah.
for a long time. And luckily I had that. And right, again, I built this this circle that's really safe for me, of people that really love me, not using me, and like, you know, really care for my best interests. So I was able to have that in the time, you know, the most crucial time for me,
Yeah.
especially people that were close to me, and I'll explain. So like, you know, when those type of things happen, people run. They don't care what happened. They don't care. It's like,
So he's still referring to the Tony Bugsby situation. What exactly? Let me pull that up. Tony Bugsby, Jay-Z. Now I know Jay-Z got it all clapped, but oh yeah, so it was an SA lawsuit. It was. And what happened was, you know, they came out to Jay-Z early before the lawsuit came out and was like, yo, we got your name in this lawsuit. If you pay us so much money, we will redact your name, right? Jay-Z didn't go for it. They put out the lawsuit. But, you know, Jay-Z essentially got the whole shit thrown out. And Tony Bugsby now cannot even put, he can't practice in, like, North New York or some shit like that. Let me see. Tony Bugsby cannot practice law in, it's a certain part of New York. Let me see real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, maybe we got a new update. But it's a certain part of New York. It's not the entire New York. Tony Bugsby, despite, let me see here. I thought he was barred from a part of being able to practice in New York. Let's see here. Let's get the update real quick. Bugsby has filed multiple lawsuits against incarcerated music mogul. The recent developments, let me see. Bugsby wasted no time responding to reporters that he can't practice in Southern New York. So that's what it was, Southern New York. After his request for permission was denied, he shared an image of a notice from the Appellate Division of the Supreme Court of the State of New York, 3rd Judicial Department. The notice signed by clerk. Let's see. Glenn Bugsby was duly licensed and admitted to practice as an attorney and counselor at law in all the courts of this state on January 17, 2019. So it sounds like he was barred, he appealed it, and the appeal was successful. The notice added that Bugsby has duly taken and subscribed the oath. Okay. And conclude the Bugsby is duly registered with the office. Okay. I received many press. So I'm thinking what happened was, okay, his lawsuit against Jay-Z is dismissed and not coming back. And now Tony Bugsby is trying to ensure he can keep litigating his other lawsuits against Diddy because his admission application of the Southern District of New York was denied. That was by Megan Cuniff. So I think what happened is it was possibly denied momentarily. He appealed it. It was successful. Let's not get too stuck on it. Let's stay with Jay-Z. All right?
save yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so I have partners. You know, I've had big deals with, I called my guy from LVMH, hey man, this is coming, and I can't get rid of it. I can't take a settlement.
Yeah.
It ain't in my DNA. First I had to tell my wife. Let's just back up.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even in me. I know what this is the weight that this is gonna bring on our family. I can't do it. The makeup, I would die. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker, move on with your life. It was like a testament because people know me.
Again, I just don't agree with him using all this, the more the fabric of who I am when it comes to people putting this smut on my name. But you set your ass right there and put Kendrick on the Super Bowl to do it to Drake.
Like, I know who you are, and that's impossible. And not only we standing by you, but what do you need?
Yeah. What did you kind of do to come back from that personally or emotionally, I guess?
I'm still working with that. That's a great question. I'm still dealing with that.
All right, man.
What was it like watching?
Yo, I'm sorry, man. I just got to speak my mind. It's just it seemed like the back door is open at all times when I'm looking at this nigga, bruh. It just feel like that back door open, bruh. It just don't feel genuine. I'm sorry, bro. It don't.
Blue coming to her own even more on this most recent tour.
That was amazing. You know, because on the first tour, there was a lot of conversation around her first performance. And she worked really hard to get to that point, but she still wasn't going for it. She still was like going through the motions. And then after that, she just started going for it. Like, she started fighting back. I saw her fight maybe for the first time in her life, like fighting back. Like, not everything is just given to her and everything is easy. She had to fight for that, and she fought for it. Then to see her do the amount of work, she's almost on every number.
Yeah.
I had to take her off physically or something. I'm like, man, you can't be on that stage where she's singing, 6-inch heels. You crazy? That's never gonna happen. Like, it was like that. It was like a fight.
Sure.
She wanted to dance every single number. And that's a lot of, choreography to remember. She was 13 at the time. That's a lot. And she was nailing it. She was going crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Like, Blue is a crazy pianist. But she won't let us get her like a teacher. She don't want to be mentored in that way because she wants it to feel just like fun. She don't want it to be a job. But when she has a perfect pitch, anything. If she hears a song, she'll be like, play it again, and then she'll play it.
Oh, wow.
Like, she'll teach herself. She'll find the notes, and then she's off playing it. That's just
hard.
talent. Because we tell her, like, that's not normal, right? And she's just like, no, I just want to play. I enjoy playing. Let me just play.
That's hard.
So she doesn't work at that.
I play piano too.
She worked at this, and it makes me proud that she fought for something that she really wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get off that stage now. I don't know.
You pop out like when you want to, you record when you want to, like you're not in that stricture.
Yeah, I think 444 released a lot. Although it's the hardest album for me to make, it's still hard I can't even listen to 444 because it's the album that I was always afraid to make. You know what I mean? Like, you think about, like, man, I want to make an album like it's just like pure and just like vulnerable and just like the real interior thoughts. Not like, this Superman, like this mythical figure.
So it's interesting for you to like pinpoint that because, like we were saying earlier, the last time you did one of these like kind of real sit downs was around 444 when that had like just happened and just come out. So I'm curious now, like, what it's like that it's been some time since that and how you've kind of evolved with those changes and going through that door, like you said.
I'm super proud of the work that I've done and put in and to be able to do that in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
Like, most people, they get to, go through their things, very privately. Right?
You took it on tour.
Live every night. It was so healing. 444 to like everything is love. That's a real chapter in life that it got recorded.
Everything Is Love, you're rapping like really like there's some crazy verses on there where you're just like flowing nuts. Like
Yeah.
Friends and Nice, you know, like
Yeah, thank you.
You know,
And I'm a
nice.
fan of my wife's creativity. She's a monster in the studio. She can hear like a sound off of like a drum 8 months prior and be like, what happened to that drum that was, remember that song that I'm like, no. And she'll pull out a drum sound that's like needed for that moment. You know what I mean? Like she's a great producer. So when you around that type of talent, it's just like, again, you know, you in that type of energy, you know, people bringing music and, you know, it's just a vibe. So those verses were just crafted because we were just having a good time.
it feels like you and her are in a real creative zone too right now. Like correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like the last couple albums she's put out, I've noticed your name in the liner notes a lot too. Like I can kind of picture you like in the studio flowing like Unicorn is the uniform you put on, you know?
Yeah, but you know, again, it's that energy. Like I know what she's trying to accomplish and anything that I can contribute. I mean, my family, first of all, you know, I thought it was super important and a challenge and fun to be in the room.
Does that give you some of your own creative spark to get back to your own zone and get the pen out?
It actually does the opposite.
Really?
I'm actually fulfilled in that space. You know what I mean? Just to be like, you know, a small cog in that wheel. I'm getting out that creativity. But again, I was just so like heavy. And I don't know how to make music that's not reflective of how I'm feeling at the moment. It would have been fiery,
That would have been.
but I don't know if it's done more harm than good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because, you know, I have a lot of like scratch ideas and they like all bad. I gotta be honest, they're bad. It's just like all bad.
The streets really wanted you on that Clips album.
Yeah, I was close. I think I think the first thing that I say, it has to be said from me.
You can't be like a.
I don't want to be so rigid with it though. I'm gonna keep that open. So I'm gonna take that back. But at that moment, I was like, yeah, I want to do something, but in order for me to move forward, I gotta get this shit out. I gotta get it out.
When we're talking about putting on.
Is he talking about the interview or is he talking about new music? Let me back that up a tad.
I want to be so rigid with it though. I'm gonna keep that up close. I was close. I think I think the first thing that I say, it has to be said from me.
You can't be like a.
I don't want to be so rigid with it though. I'm gonna keep that open. So I'm gonna take that back. But at that moment, I was like, yeah, I want to do something, but in order for me to move forward, I gotta get this shit out. I gotta get it out.
Okay.
When we're talking about putting on for the culture, what does it mean to you to be at the helm of a cultural event so important as the Super Bowl?
I think everyone should experience music in its totality. And for a lot of
So it seems they did this interview in 2 different locations because we got here essentially, you know, different wardrobe, Jay-Z and like all blue or whatever. And now we're getting into around 20 minutes where we got a, you know, outfit change. Okay.
What does it mean to you to be at the helm of a cultural event so important as the Super Bowl?
I think everyone should experience music in its totality. And for a lot of years, it was only one side of music that was being represented.
Yeah.
And we got the opportunity to create a more balanced idea of what popular music is today.
Yeah.
I'm not going out on a limb. It's the most famous people in the world.
Statistically supported.
It's like, I'm not like, I didn't pick like the indie artist that I really like from Portland. The #1 streamed artist in the world. Him.
It's crazy that I think last year was still like the first solo rap act, which is crazy to say that
Yeah.
last year was that. Was that a hard one to get across the board?
Not without conversations that was like dated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, the stats show Kendrick broke the audience record.
Yep.
It's not rocket science. It's like this is the music of our time, and it should be represented on the biggest stage because these are some of the. I'm not saying they're the only artists, right? Obviously, other artists would be offended.
Yeah.
But I think that was the right choice.
As a rapper,
Again, he's been speaking about morals this whole entire interview, but we all know that the Kendrick Super Bowl was is he gonna say a minor on the Super Bowl stage? It was all about him playing They Not Like Us, which was a complete lie fabricated all about Drake. But again, you spoke about having the hardest year of your life last year because Tony Bugsby was spreading SA allegations on your name, right? So, and let's not forget this, family. The Super Bowl last year was in New Orleans, Louisiana, and there's an artist by the name of Lil Wayne who's been rapping longer than some of the people watching this stream have been alive. He highly, definitely deserved to have that first Super Bowl solo performance on the New Orleans stage halftime. He could have brought out Nicki. He could have brought out Drake. He could have brought out so many people, family. So, when I'm listening to Jay-Z, he can just make everything. Listen, Jay-Z is an amazing wordsmith, right? He's one of the greatest wordsmiths of all time. So hearing him kind of, snake us in this interview right now, kind of, lead us the way he wants us to go. I get it. But you got to also think about, just got to think for yourself, gang. You got to think for yourself, gang. Everything Jay-Z's doing is somewhat fabricated. Even having this person be the interviewer. It's all, bruh, come on, man. Come on.
first and foremost, and being one of the pillars of contemporary rap, I would have to imagine that you got a special kick out of watching that show, though, in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I thought it was brave. I thought what he did was brave, and it speaks to who he is as a performer. Mm-hmm. He could have made it a little easy on himself.
Just aesthetically and like what the
No. Aesthetically, it was beautiful. It was flawless. The artistic choice to play
the new album
was a choice, and brave
The new
in
album.
front of that big of an audience. Cause even
Nigga, nobody cared about GNX on that stage. Nigga, they wanted to hear Not Like Us. They wanted to hear him violate Drake. Yo, why is Hov sitting here speaking all eloquently, lying to niggas, bruh?
It was clearly lying.
Yo, we know what the concert was. We know what the halftime was, gang. You out here. Yo, he was mad brave for picking that artistic choice. Man.
And if 10 million people know some of these songs, there's 120 million people that's like, what is he doing? And as an artist, to stand up there and do it and complete your vision.
I want to hear him speak about Not Like Us. Like, he's dancing all around the real fact. They wanted to hear Not Like Us. You provided it.
Was like, I had to tip my hat. Like, I have a high respect for him already. Mm-hmm. But like, even more of my respect was like, he's really about what he say he's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to ask you this only as a participant in.
You don't have to give a disclaimer first.
Well, I'm just saying, as someone who was part of probably the genre's biggest rap beef.
Well, until now.
As a spectator, what did you think of the 2024 back and forth between him and Drake?
I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna like. That's presumptuous. I think that, look, there was 4 pillars of hip hop. There are 4 pillars of hip hop, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's breakdancing.
Yep.
Graffiti.
Yep.
There's DJing and battling.
Yep.
Break dance is not at the forefront of rap anymore. It's actually an Olympics sport. So that's dead. Graffiti.
Yeah.
Beautiful, in certain places.
Yeah.
And even in like, major art and like Keith Haring
Yeah.
and Basquiat, actually, a street artist,
Yep.
took it to a next level. It's not part of hip hop. Mm-hmm. DJing. The DJ was in the forefront. It was Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Right. Yeah.
Eric B. and
Rakim.
Rakim.
Yeah.
You don't even know the DJ for half of the artists anymore. Who's Drake DJ?
Never heard of him.
Okay,
Couldn't tell you off top.
that no longer exists. And the last pillar is battling. We love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now people that like Kendrick hate Drake,
Yeah.
no matter what he makes.
So why would you let Kendrick perpetuate that hate on the biggest stage? And not put Wayne there, nigga?
No matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing, and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like, it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing people kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that. Maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, I sound like the old guy wagging the finger. But I think we can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music.
Now you notice how he said bringing people kids in it. Of course, Drake said, I heard one of them little kids might be Dave Freeze. Sounding kind of one-sided if you ask me. Sound like he had a side he picked. Even in this interview when he's telling us about it, he didn't say one of them speaking about, each other's kids. The other one speaking about, well, I guess both spoke about kids in a way. But when I hear that, you don't think about when Kendrick is speaking to Adonis. You think about when Drake said, I heard one of them kids might be Dave Freeze. Maybe it's just me, man. I just don't trust this nigga, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. This nigga he ain't got my trust, gang.
Collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing, and you had the battle and it was fun and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much oxygen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every day they're just trying
They're
to
still talking about it.
It's not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song I like this.
Yeah.
No, it's like trying to tear down the people's life.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like trying to, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know.
Wait a minute now. Is he speaking to Drake's side at all? What? You trying to tear down this man's wife, talk about this man's kids. It sounds like he talking about Drake, if you asking me. Sound like he talking about Drake more than Kendrick.
And I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time.
Great music.
Just everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm gonna say it, I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
This nigga was clearly lying.
Man, shut your old ass up, Jay. You old as hell. You old as hell.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view. I do, because I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. I hate it. It's just how I feel about it.
Well, even kind of...
Jay-Z an old man, bruh. He don't want to hear battles no more because he done got old, man. He ain't got that fire in him no more, man. You know what I mean? Like, just hang it up, ho. We get it.
extended to you, right? Because people made it a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's putting, and he's not.
Like I don't have, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice.
Word.
It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle. I don't.
Yeah.
what I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me?
Or
Nigga, it can, nigga, it has a lot to do with you. It has a lot to do with you. It's always been something with you and Drake anyway. Drake has always been the guy who has come for your top spot, correct? Even when we include in Wayne, who was a part of course, the Cash Money crew. Drake was a part of the Cash Money crew, still a part as far as family go. Bro, like, this nigga just lying to us, bro, making it seem like it's just all hunky-dory. It's not. I just don't believe that. Like, nah, I picked a dude who was having a major year, but you start this upset that somebody was talking about you out of character, but you allowed this man to go do it on the biggest stage when there were clearly different options. That's all.
Right choice.
Word.
It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle, I don't.
yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me?
Word.
Have at it. Have fun. It's almost like, not on just me, by the way. They drag everybody in it. Like, everyone's part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Like, what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. or due respect to him. I'm fucking Hov.
And that's just an outdated way of thinking. Let's be real. That's way outdated, bro. Let me tell you something. Where Jay is at in his career at the age of 40, nigga, you never touched. You never seen. Yeah, you got a few business moves. Oh, you married Beyonce. Cool. Nigga, when it goes catalog for catalog, Drake is shitting on you. Shitting on you completely. So, you saying, you know, I'm Hov, bro. This I ain't rolling, bro.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. or due respect to him. I'm fucking Hov. Do respectfully.
Word.
Like, for what? To what end?
Yeah.
It couldn't be that these guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't liked each other for a long time.
Before you had anything to do with it.
For a while.
Yeah.
I think this has been brewing, just like me and Nas was brewing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen at the Summer Jam. That happened. The Lexington TV sets, the minimum, whatever. It was a
Now,
whole.
imagine if Nas was able to perform Ether on the Super Bowl stage. That's what you allowed Kendrick to do.
Bunch of stuff leading up to that point.
Myth-Fleek, what is the Myth-Fleek slugs in your hat, right?
It was slugs in your head. It was a bunch
Crazy.
of like little things that led up to that point. And then when it happened, I actually regret that because I really like Nas. He's a really nice guy.
But also to your point, like I remember I was like 10 or 11 when that happened. I was
Had to
like,
pick a side.
well, I was on your side.
Yeah, I got clearly.
But my position was I can't go out and buy Stillmatic or ask my parents to buy Stillmatic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna borrow it and burn it because I can't deny one mic, you know?
Like I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But I ain't supporting them.
Or
Yeah.
Okay.
so it's almost kind of like fostering the same independence that you carry versus like
Right back to the
just
beginning.
being like you're signed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna curate your career in this sort of way.
Yeah.
You know. I never was comfortable with that anyway.
With being
An artist's
charged.
expression should be their expression. I really fall back. That's what I think what happened with Cole. Like just the narrative around Cole
Wait,
is that
bring that back a
was
little bit, my
Yeah.
bad.
You know. I never was comfortable with that anyway.
With being
An artist's
charged.
expression should be their
Or ask my parents to buy Stillmatic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna borrow it and burn it because I can't deny one mic, you know?
like I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But I ain't supporting them.
Or
Yeah.
so it's almost kind of like fostering the same independence that you carry versus like
Right back to the
just
beginning.
being like you're signed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna curate your career in this sort of way.
Yeah.
You know. I never was comfortable with that anyway.
With being
An artist's
charged.
expression should be their expression. I really fall back. That's what I think what happened with Cole. Like just the narrative around Cole is that we didn't love Cole. No, we believed in him enough to let him find his journey.
Yeah.
And he found his path. It took him a minute,
Yeah.
but he found his way.
Was that something that you had to learn yourself though too?
Yeah.
Because Cole will tell the story about how like you wanted to sit him with Stargate and maybe think about that single.
Yeah, I was giving him a chance to take his talent and show it to the most people possible,
Yeah.
but his way. I didn't force on it. It's like, here's this record from Stargate, and you putting it out. Like I forced Bleak to make Men Bleak. It's like, no.
I mean, I think that worked.
Bleak, my little brother. He has to listen to me. You know what I mean?
Word.
But like for J. Cole, he has to find his own direction. And I'm going to give him the tools.
Yeah.
I mean, we made big records with Stargate. They made humongous records on Rihanna and blah, blah, blah. And even, I think they made the Wiz Khalifa Black and Yellow.
Yep. Yeah.
Didn't J. Cole also tell a story of like Jay-Z telling him to go get with Drake? Cole says Jay-Z Drake song. Let me see.
Don't ever.
I think he has a clip where he says like J. Cole says Jay-Z told him, let me see, to do,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jay Rear's Fan Ash Sauce Dinner. Speak the Prince. Essentially, he looked single. His biggest fault begins. One. You would at Madison
so
show. Anniversary.
trying to see where
The
he
reissue-
said it at. He did say it. Let me see.
Nice. On all streaming platforms.
Bang, bang.
Dinner. That's presented
Okay.
by Jay-Z and LeBron.
So where do we have it at? He said, let's see here, certified that Jay was actually pointing at the workout rapper while looking at Drake, telling the chat, and although the then budding stars were friends, they were also competitors. The Friday Night Lights collaboration in the morning would end up making a sideline story. In a moment, Jay's suggestion would upset Cole, per Hamad. What I do remember is being at the dinner after that, and I'm just looking at Cole, and he looked pissed. So I missed it already. Let's see here. We're having a conversation, me, Cole, Drake, Future. Begins Cole's manager, Dreamville Records co-founder, Hamad. I don't know who else, but there were a couple more people. So then Jay walks in and he sees all of us together. He goes, yo, and he looks at Drake and he says, yo, give the boy one. And he was referring to Drake giving J. Cole one. He points at Cole like basically give him a hit. We're all like, what? I even remember Future's face being like, that's embarrassing. So again, you know, Jay can make every story sound as amazing as he wants from his perspective. But at the same time, you know, other people have different thoughts on him.
Biggest songs in the world.
Yeah.
You don't want to go sit with fine.
All right.
You know, so I'm going to present that, but I'm not going to make him do it.
Yeah. What is your relationship with Cole like these days?
Obviously, there's things behind the scenes with, you know, like you know, audits and shit like that that gets complicated.
Yeah.
But I think
J. Cole audited J. Cole audits Jay-Z. What the fuck? Jay-Z opens up about J. Cole's time with Rock Nation. That's what we're listening to. J. Cole raps about buying his masters from Jay-Z. Jay-Z sets the record straight. That's what we're listening to. So, maybe at one time J. Cole was auditing Rock Nation to make sure his monies was right. Okay.
you given a chance to prove that you're above board is an opportunity.
Word.
So I don't have any negative feelings for him. I'm actually super proud of him and what he's done.
It sounds like you're still, like, when you came in, we were talking about the mixtape, like you're still engaging with the work as a fan, too.
Yeah, Clue sent it to me, actually.
Oh, word?
Clue, not Cole.
Yeah?
Yeah, he sent it to me because he's proud, right?
Yeah.
The thing about Clue, like, he had, like, a resurgence behind it.
Yeah. I want to go back to this idea we were talking about just doing things the right way, even when that comes to, like, attaining wealth and continuing to amass wealth. We're talking about B-sides. One of your illest lines to me is, face to the ceiling, race to 1 billion, heaven on earth, will his wings still fit him? So,
Yeah.
like, what's the answer to that question? Is it a constant struggle to maintain?
Your morality defines who you are, right? It's not what you've attained. It's not a dollar amount that changes you.
Yeah.
Your morality decides who you are, but the money can change your morality. Let's be clear, brother. Don't act like the money, don't act like you haven't done some things for money against your morals. Okay? Let's not act like you haven't. You've done some things against your morals for the money. That's a fact.
And if so, what is that dollar amount? When does it start? Is it 100,000? Is it 150? Like, at what point, if it's a cutoff, if it's like all millionaires are bad,
Yeah.
okay. So at 999,000, I'm good. It
playing
can't be
with
that
us.
way, right?
He
It doesn't
playing
make
with
any
us.
sense. The system is set up against me, against us. But I'm talking about my specific struggle.
Yeah.
Everything was against me. My talent, not taking advantage of people, not taking advantage of a system, not creating tax loopholes, not just taking from other people. No, my talent pushed against all the headwind. And with that success, I've done things with my reach that I wanted to do that was helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And with the system that we have, what are you going to do? Because I don't believe in that the idea that someone has a certain amount of money, it defines their personality.
So when you have, like, an example like that versus, like, the kind of, I would say, commonplace public perception that...
I disagree. Again, even while this interview has been going on, he was just saying, why would I, have anything against Drake? I'm Jay-Z. Brother, you saying that because of your status, which includes financial status.
Someone would say all billionaires are bad, or no one should have $1 billion. Like,
Yeah.
what's the tension in that?
I got to give you the honest answer.
Please.
There's no tension.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you say. You can believe what you want to believe.
Word.
And people behave the way they want to behave.
You was who you was before you
That's
got here.
Was who you was before you got here. That's the makeup of your person. You're gonna
Nah, he got a crazy D-sucker, like, interview him. You was who you was before you got here. Like, you ain't getting no true pushback. To be honest with you, Jay-Z has to give the information because this person would never ask any tough questions. Oh, Lord, hold on.
like I was really
What the fuck?
heartbroken.
Before you had anything to do with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I'm fucking Jay-Z. Big aside.
Well, I was on
Bleak is like the chance to prove that you're above.
just doing things the right way, even when that comes to, like, attaining wealth and continuing to amass wealth. We're talking about B-sides. One of your illest lines to me is, face to the ceiling, race to 1 billion, heaven on earth, will his wings still fit him? So,
Yeah.
like, what's the answer to that question? Is it a constant struggle to maintain?
Your morality defines who you are, right? It's not what you've attained. It's not a dollar amount that changes you.
Yeah.
And if so, what is that dollar amount? When does it start? Is it 100,000? Is it 150? Like, at what point, if it's a cutoff, if it's like all millionaires are bad,
Yeah.
okay. So at 999,000, I'm good. It can't be that way, right? It
Talking
doesn't make
stupid.
any sense. The system is set up against me, against us. But I'm talking about my specific struggle.
Yeah.
Everything was against me. My talent, not taking advantage of people, not taking advantage of a system, not creating tax loopholes, not just taking from other people. No, my talent pushed against all the headwind. And with that success, I've done things with my reach that I wanted to do that was helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And with the system that we have, what are you going to do? Because I don't believe in that the idea that someone has a certain amount of money, it defines their personality.
So when you have like an example like that versus like the kind of, I would say, commonplace public perception that someone would say all billionaires are bad or no one should have $1 billion. Like,
Yeah.
what's the tension in that?
I got to give you the honest answer.
Please.
There's no tension.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you say. You can believe what you want to believe.
Word.
You know, and people behave the way they want to behave.
You was who you was before you
That's
got here.
Was who you was before you got here. That's the makeup of your person. You're going to believe what you're going to believe, and you're going to behave the way you behave.
You're looking at a year that you defined to me as all offense. And, you know, you said that you made scratches and they sounded kind of like fiery and maybe not anything you wanted to put out. So it made me wonder, like, what are the hallmarks of a great Jay-Z album right now? Like, what are you trying to put out there that you would want to put out there?
I don't know yet. I don't know. But I know that we have enough negativity currently. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he is working on an album and possibly putting out some music soon. Possibly. He has been warming us up, getting us into this 3 nights at Yankee Stadium. He's speaking about music now. Who knows?
I don't know what I need to create currently that's gonna like fulfill me.
Okay.
And make me happy. Because that's most important.
Yeah.
Right? And whatever that feeling is, you know, will vibrate and like, you know, touch people in a way with its honesty. And maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm stopping myself from just creating. Trying to create something that people like
Yeah.
is where I think a lot of artists get jammed up.
Right.
You know,
Overthinking it.
Yeah, they just try to make,
Or reverse engineer it. Yeah.
yeah, or like, you know, they love the feeling of that white hot feeling of when they was, you know, it felt new.
Yeah.
And that newness, trying to create that, is where they get jammed up because you don't know slang and you don't think. It's sad. It's like it's cringy. Like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Make your type of music.
Word.
Because you ain't doing what you saying you're doing. I'm not doing the same thing I was doing in '96.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we need to make that any type of music that approaches that would be embarrassing because it's not authentic. You just gotta make something timeless that I really love and that's really honest and true to who I am.
All right. Yo, what the hell was that, Jay?
Yeah.
So we need to make that any type of music that approaches that would be embarrassing because it's not authentic.
I feel that.
You just gotta make something timeless that I really love and that's really honest and true to who I am.
What is this? What you giving us right here, Ho? Okay.
You once said to the Russian billionaire that you were doing business with, I think with the Nets or Barclays, Mikhail. And you were saying how he showed you that, like, you both stayed at the same hotel and you were on one floor and you thought you were staying on the highest floor. And then he revealed that there was an even higher floor that he stayed on. And that lesson to you was that there's always a higher floor to climb. So I wanted to check back in and see if you still feel that way. Like, do you feel like you've reached the highest floor or there's still floors to climb, and what the next however many years looks for you?
Yeah, they're more stuff because I thought the highest floor in the building was the end of it, right? The next step is like owning the building. No, you're staying at my hotel.
That's hard.
I think in that way, if we just stay childlike and stay curious, there's always going to be another level.
All right. Okay, man. Overall, I think this was a good interview. It was a good interview. Hey, listen, man. Listen. Do I believe everything Jay-Z just told me?
This nigga was clearly lying.
That's how I feel. But decent interview. I'm still happy to hear Jay-Z's thoughts during this current time. And we will be here to keep you updated with more Jay-Z news.